Cops mock black man in court. Didn't know he was the FBI director. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It started with a quiet laugh. Officer Jensen nudged his partner as a tall black man in a sharp suit walked into the courtroom. "Look at this guy," Jensen whispered. "Probably some smooth-talking lawyer thinking he can beat the system." The man didn't react. He walked calmly, nodded at the judge, and sat in the front. To the officers, he was just another black man in court. They saw his skin first. That was their first mistake. The case. Darius Mitchell, a young black college student, was on trial for resisting arrest and assaulting an officer. The body cam footage was missing. Witnesses had different stories, but officers Jensen and Burke insisted Darius had been violent. As the trial went on, the two cops kept smirking, glancing at the well-dressed black man in the crowd. "What's he even doing here?" Burke muttered. "Probably a relative trying to look important." They didn't notice the judge quietly acknowledging the man. They didn't see the prosecutor pause when spotting him. The truth comes out. When the judge called a break, the man stood up and walked forward. "Your Honor," he said calmly, "if I may speak." The judge nodded. "Of course, Director Hayes." Silence. The officers froze. "Director?" Jensen whispered. The man turned to the courtroom. "My name is Malcolm Hayes. I'm the director of the FBI." Gasps filled the room. Hayes continued, "I came here not as the FBI director, but as a black man in America. I saw this case, missing evidence, inconsistent stories, and I saw two officers who judged a young man by his skin." He looked at Jensen and Burke. "I've been stopped, followed, even had guns pulled on me. The only difference between me and Darius? This suit and my title." The courtroom was dead silent. "If I'd been wearing a hoodie, you'd have dismissed me too. That's what you did to Darius." Then he turned to Darius. "You matter. You're not invisible." The aftermath. The jury took less than 2 hours to find Darius not guilty. Outside, reporters swarmed. The story went viral. FBI director stuns courtroom in black teen's trial. Hayes didn't stay for interviews. He found Darius and his mother. "Thank you, sir," Darius said, tears in his eyes. "Yes, I did," Hayes replied. "Because one day it'll be your turn to stand up for someone else." That night, Officer Jensen quit. Burke was suspended. Hayes returned to Washington thinking about the fight for justice, and how one moment of truth can change everything. The lesson. Respect shouldn't depend on appearance. Justice shouldn't rely on titles. And a man's worth is never defined by his skin color. Some people in that courtroom left changed. And sometimes that's enough. This story moved you? Like, subscribe and share. Remember, the quietest voices often carry the loudest truths. Until next time.